Hello everybody, it's Tara. I hope you've had a crafty day. I am doing the Dear Julie Julie Just 15 Junk Journal Challenge for June 2020. And this is my Just Because Spring journal. We had to use 15 items of our stash, and then we were given a few free items. Here's my tassel that I made. I made some paper beads out of my birthday gift from my friend. Some of my ribbons from my fabric from the book cover that I chose. It's fabric, and the inside is my cardstock that was in my 400 count cardstock. I also made a pocket for right here, so whoever gets this can add stuff to it. My closure is glued in between the layers of the paper, the cardstock. My first page, and here's a guest check that goes in there, and it has a little journaling card to go in there. This was one of the mini challenges. We had to decorate 4 guest checks. So there's one guest check. The digital kit was a free item, and on whatever was counted as one item with whatever paper you use to print. I designed my own collage page and printed on coffee dyed paper and printed part of the digital on the other side. So you'll see where I printed the digital on some graph paper. I used stenciling and some stamps. We were allowed 1 stencil set and 1 stamp set for free, and I used that. This is my flip-flop here. I used some stenciling and stamp. My double tuck envelope with 3 inserts. So here's the first insert, and I added some staples and some ribbon. I also glued on some of the paper napkin, which was one of the requirements. Here's a flip out with some journaling spots. Here is a giant envelope, or giant pocket, that I have this was one of my favorite items to make. I love making these giant pockets with the parchment paper. My flip up, flip down. Sorry I was not in frame. And then it's got journaling space on the inside, and I added a note card there as well. And it has an insert to go in there. Collage page that I printed on the digital kit, but I also added some of my items. I used this bicycle from Dollar Tree, bicycle wrapping paper with flowers on it, some of my napkin, my stencils and my stamps, some of my washi tape that I used. There's another pocket, and my double pocket fancy bank envelope with the journaling card. A large journaling card goes in the top pocket. That was one of the elements we had to have. So that goes right in there. In this pocket, oops, had another one of the guest checks. I had book page, a journaling tag, some of the stamp. Had to have a ticket and a game piece, and I added more stamping and a piece of fabric to hide some journaling notes there. My top tuck, there's my journaling card with washi tape, stencil, and note and the napkin, and it goes right up in there. Here's my flip up with parchment paper. I love the parchment paper. This is a large tag, and I use one of the layers of the napkin. It has texture, and I used some stenciling over it and added a digital print from the kit. This was in my paper for my birthday present. I added a journaling card with a fabric bow, stenciling butterfly, and note card, and then the napkin down at the bottom. And that goes right in here. This is a belly band I added, and you can also journal on that piece there too. Belly band with another one of the giant tags with journaling spot, the paper napkin, fabric, and then my stenciled butterfly. It's double-sided, so it kind of floats around there. More blank space for journaling. Another pocket tuck. My center signature with homemade paper beads from my notepad and my birthday gift. So I made beads, paper beads from that. More journaling space, another pocket tuck. More journaling space, some stenciling in the napkin. I use the stencils in the napkin throughout the whole book to tie everything in. Another flip out. And I have this altered paper clip. That was one of our challenges. So my altered paper clip goes on there. Have a tuck spot on that side. Another top tuck. I have a journaling card with some stenciling, and I have a matchbook style flip down with washi tape, stencil, and the napkin. And that goes in there. Another pocket. Here's another large tag that I use the napkin, the plain part of the napkin for texture, some stencil, the digital, a couple more stencils there to add some little bit of contrast. Another guest check. This one is a little notebook that I could take out and drop in my purse and take notes with, and that was fun to make. And there's several journaling spots on that. Music page, more of the collaged page. I added some of the fabric down here and the washi tape, some stencils and stamps and things. This is my add-in border tuck with a large card and journaling space. I put washi tape glued on my ruffle, and I stenciled love and a heart there for the little love birds. And that slides in there. And it's my add-in tuck. My add-in tuck is also a flip, and it's a double flip, so it's a big long, sorry about the bump, big long journaling area to have for notes. Another tuck spot with the parchment paper, and underneath I added some stenciling and some more of the napkin, large tag with journaling space, napkin, the floating butterfly. It looks like he's about ready to catch it. And some of my fabric from my 15. My large pocket. This is junk mail. It was required to do a junk mail something, and I did a tag with note paper on the back and some washi tape, and I sewed around the edge, and it adds a little ruffle to the side there. Some more journaling space. There's the back side of my double tuck, and I have some journaling, used washi tape, added a piece of ribbon from my 15 items. Here's my other journaling card. And I added this green ribbon to all 3 pieces to tie them together. This is make something amazing with junk mail. So I made a pocket, floating pocket, or a pocket attached inside. And then I have a postcard that I had punched the corner and embossed, added some stenciling and the napkin and some washi tape to it, and it goes in there. There's the bird again. Another big tag with the napkin, line journaling, sewed on fabric, and the floating butterflies. I added 2 to this one. And I have an altered paper clip, another altered paper clip. I'm going to add that right there. And I have a couple more things that I had forgot to add in. One is an altered paper clip that I made flag style, and I'd forgotten that I had put that towards the front. Right there. I think it looks cute with her little hat. I also have this altered paper clip that I had added back here for my little notebook to keep it better in place from shifting around in there. So that helps keep it in place. It also makes a cute little tassel. And I have this guest check that flips up and has another little note spot. And I need to find a home for this one. I haven't found a home for this one yet, so let's flip through and see if I missed a spot. That one's full. There's my flip up, flip down. I could also add this into one of those empty tuck spot pockets as well. There's a good spot for it. There you go. Now everything has a home. There's my Just Because Spring junk journal from the Dear Julie Julie Just 15. And I didn't even use 15 items from the kit. I've only used 13. I had 8 and then I added a few, so I have like 10 or 12 items that I made this whole book with. So I'm pretty happy with limited supplies and learning something new. Thank you for joining me, and have a crafty day.